going to figure out what kind of train wreck this is going to be.
Jazz.
What?
What do you have?
About 350.
About tree fitty. I got these cheeseburgers, man.
I got a cheeseburger. I'll suck your dick. Get the fuck out of here. Little menace.
Jesus, we just went a couple different ways on
Yeah,
that.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a couple minutes and a couple of friends, so that sounds like we're about to get fucking warhammered around
We are.
here. So,
Let's do it.
that's Big Jim. That's Beer Jim, and I'm Jazz, and we host a little show called Warhammered, where we like to discuss, obviously, Warhammer stuff, and then other nerd things that strike our fancy. So, welcome.
Absolutely.
But we like to start off with a little thing around here.
Well, wait, before we start.
What do
and
we do here?
So anyway, before we even get to that what we do here, on behalf of Warhammered, we'd like to send our condolences out to the 9 individuals from the 101st Airborne Division who died in a 2 helicopter crash late last night at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. We're vets. We're a vet pro show, so we wanted to make sure we got that out.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we're very sorry.
Yeah.
I never want to see that. That's terrible.
But
It's whether it's abroad or domestic, losing soldiers is it's never easy. So, but yeah, 100%, we totally agree, and we're with you. Wow, way to bring it down, Jim.
it had to be done.
Away.
It had
had to be done. It was good.
No. Yeah, absolutely.
Back onto the nerdy stuff that we do around here, though. So we discuss all this stuff. We always give this disclaimer. If you are coming to us because you want factual accuracy,
Read the Lexicanum.
Go fuck yourself.
yeah, because we only provide one thing around here, and that is
A wave-top view of the lore.
there you go.
Might be wrong, might be right.
Mostly is
Might be our version of it.
Might
Yeah.
be our version of it.
it could
Or
just be
rewriting
what
it.
we would
Just
like it to
parts of
be
the
or that we like.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
it's the other stuff that we don't. We're just like, no, we're not talking about it.
But there's only one segment here that is factual.
Yes.
At least it's so factual that 2 out of the 3 of us can't say it's wrong.
Yes.
So
You could be spitting some bullshit and
Yeah,
like,
no.
all this stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is a little section that we like to call Beer Jim's Beer Corner.
there we go. Yeah. Still mailing that shit in too.
Nailed it.
Told you. Little mid-production adjustments.
Yeah.
Good.
How are we doing?
Better.
Yeah.
And we are doing our Bonnie's Revenge Barrel Aged Barley Wine. So this is a 12% beer that has been aged in Barbados rum barrels for 6 months.
Jesus.
So
You have to buy the barrels.
we got to buy the barrels, made the beer, put the beer in the barrels, aged it for
How
a
much do
while.
the barrels cost?
Not that much, like $200, $300 a piece.
And how many barrels do you have to use?
We used 4 of them.
No, so that's not bad.
Not that bad. Yeah.
And you can keep reusing them, or do you?
Yeah,
have to
you can reuse them. You can keep on using them. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not bad.
Yeah, we're thinking about putting some Crisis in the barrels. So,
Now, when you're doing this is completely
anyway,
off topic.
here's the beer. So you
I'm
can
just
drink
curious.
some of it.
Yeah, we'll drink this while we're doing it, and then we'll talk about what this is. So, in like a barrel aging format, right? So it was a rum barrel. Obviously, when you make a smells like candy. When you make, so
That's
obviously, like they took a new barrel, put the rum in the new barrel.
This is 12%.
Mhm.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would still fucking clog my fucking shitter up, but
But
this
yeah.
is fucking great.
Oh, good. Hey, we got him. We got
That
Big
is really
Jim.
good.
Yeah.
So
It's
we're
a great
between
barrel.
Malort and fucking
Yeah.
whatever your light one is, I liked.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So when you make liquor and you barrel age it,
Right.
it's a new barrel.
I'm not a big barrel liquor. So
Yeah.
I don't,
So when you
I'm
make
not
liquor
there,
and you
yeah.
put it in a barrel, it's always a new barrel. So
Okay.
the liquor goes in that barrel, and so part of the reason that other companies use barrel aging is they want the flavor imparted by
Correct.
what was in
the
that
wood.
barrel
Mhm.
to be imparted into the new thing. So now you've used them
to make
to make barley wine.
yes.
But now you're talking about doing the Crisis, which we can talk about that if we want to, but
Yeah.
about barrel aging some of that.
right.
Is there any process with those barrels before you'd put it in there, or is it just now it's just going to get
Oh,
whatever all the characteristics
We're
going to
have to do a little
before-
bit of barrel work.
Okay.
We're trying not to get rid of a lot of the characteristics of it. We're going to have to fill them with hot water, swell them out, make sure there's no leaks. You know, you hold them in like 180-degree water for at least, close them up.
So
at
just
least
some
180
Cooper work,
Some
just
Cooper
to
work.
keep it
So then when you
for
buy
the
these
barrel, but you're not
things-
looking to like heat them up, swell them, and then like get them recharred to try and burn anything out. You want to keep.
We want to
the
keep.
So when you
Stage
buy them, do you
personality.
say to these guys, do they allocate barrels like, hey, this is for this purpose, or is it just like, hey, we have barrels, here you go?
There are barrel coopers that
Yeah.
specialize in reselling used
Okay.
barrels.
For
And
this
so
purpose.
for breweries
Yeah.
and for other whiskeys
Got it.
or even for gins, tequilas,
Tequilas,
that
right,
kind of
yeah.
stuff. So they put their stamp of approval being like, yeah, this will not leak. This is a good barrel,
By
They
the way,
make
for
sure that
the-
there's grain spirit in there so it
Yep.
doesn't dry out.
For the
that
nerds
kind of
out there that want to know what we're talking about, a Cooper is somebody who makes barrels. It is now kind of the
stuff. Yeah.
You make
over-
them on a cooperage.
Yeah.
it's also now just the overarching term for barrel makers is that's a Cooper.
Yeah.
Whether it's a big company, a little company.
Yeah.
Wh-
It's a
whatever.
lost art. It's becoming a lost
Yeah,
art.
watching those guys work.
Well, that's what
though,
they're so
holy
expensive.
shit.
Like trying to get them for like your garden or your back. But now that I know a guy, because
Yeah.
we've got a couple, and I think we paid.
Oh, I can get it to you for free if you ever need more.
Oh yeah,
Excuse me?
I can get you barrels for free. You want 10 barrels?
Yeah.
10 barrels one morning.
look at this guy. He's like fucking the
Holy
fucking-
shit! Are you serious?
He's the
That's
Pablo
it.
Escobar of barrels. What the fuck?
Dead serious. Yeah, I know. I know. Like they're everywhere at breweries. Like they have, and a lot of times
and now they
they're
need to get
shitty.
rid of them.
They're shitty, and they need to get rid of them.
Yeah, because I don't want them to hold anything.
Yeah, if you're not doing to hold them and you just need them, yeah. I can
No,
get
yeah,
you barrels.
yo, dude, like 4.
Yeah,
Because I
it's
want to
not a
make those
problem at all.
dope. You ever seen those chairs? The barrel
Yes.
chairs.
Yeah, you can do. You
So
can
you
do
cut them
all
above
kinds
one of the bands.
Yeah.
And then
I
you
can
put
use
the
that.
false bottom in, and you use
can
the barrel as
build
the backer
fucking
and shit.
tables out of them and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
easy. And you can just get like a good
Yeah,
tabletop,
good hard-
and you don't
yeah.
have to do shit other
good
than
hard-
Yeah, if
slap
they
it
look
on.
good, and you just put a hard top.
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We have if you ever come to the brewery, we have a bunch of old barrels that we got for free, and we put like lampposts in them,
Yeah,
and then they're also filled with dirt, and there's like
Yep.
a nice flower garden. It's
That's
really
what
cool.
we've
you
got
know
our
what would be
roses on them.
super dope.
Yeah.
Is to take one, hinge it, and you know those propane heaters.
yeah, they can do all
Cut
that
a
stuff.
hole in it and have the propane tower come out of the
Oh,
top of it,
yeah.
and just put a door on the front of it to refill the.
They
propane.
do the doors. The doors. Those things are like $500, $600, $700 if they put the doors and that stuff, and you can put your booze in
Really?
it and stuff. Oh yeah, the reconditioned ones.
Really?
No.
Because
They make those. They make
I
it-
have like a full wood shop, and I could do that in like
Yeah,
a couple
well,
hours.
no, they're
Yeah,
fucking
I'm like,
expensive.
all
Get
they're-
on
all they're
Etsy
doing
or go to like a
reconditioning is
place.
sanding them.
They're fucking super expensive. Once they make a bar out of it, so you open the bottom and then you can pull the stuff out. and
Yeah,
put
I've
it in
seen
them.
those.
They're expensive.
Yeah, I'm like, all you have to do is just sand them down.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna be dirty.
Because originally in my bar that I have here,
Mhm.
I didn't want to do those corners that I have. I wanted to get barrels and cut big V's in them and cap my
Oh, okay.
Barrel, like, yeah, it looked good
cap
like
the
that.
corners of my bar
Yeah.
with barrels.
Rope them
Yeah.
off, put the ropes out. Yeah, it would
And,
look really good.
No,
but-
yeah, I can. Yeah, barrels.
Oh,
are
okay, we're gonna
good.
talk after this because
Yes.
this is
I
a
can
discussion
get you-
needs
I
to
can-
fucking happen.
I'll
I'll
talk to my wife.
I'll text my guy. See how
Talk
many he
my,
has.
talk to my wife tonight and be like, all right.
How many he has available? Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, let's figure this out. That's dope as
Fuck
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Anyway, back to beer.
That's your class on Cooperish.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, barrels are really cool. They're an awesome. It's this whole different using a barrel for beer or for any type of thing is this whole different beast. Oh, he's going for 2. Shit.
Hey, Big Jim.
It's this whole it's a whole different science. It's kind of cool. So we chose Barbados rum barrels. So we made an English barley wine, and we're trying to do we did a little bit of like a pirates theme. Barbados rum bottle barrels.
Well,
and-
Bonnie's Revenge was a ship.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
a pirate ship.
No, it's Queen Anne's Revenge was the
Oh,
one.
but
Was
it
the one
was-
you're thinking of Blackbeard's ship.
Blackbeard ship. Was Queen Anne's Revenge.
Bonnie, what was her name? She was one of the first. She was an English woman who
Was it the
a-
first female pirate?
yeah, first
Yeah.
female pirate. Yeah,
Yeah.
and she fucking made a bunch of money and just retired and lived a life as
She technically wasn't a pirate.
was she a privateer?
She technically was a privateer, and that's
Which
why they
is
never
definitely
went
a different thing.
after her. They never went. Well, that's why they didn't go after her afterwards.
After she retired.
That's why she was allowed to just kick
yeah.
back and
Cool.
As a
have her
privateer,
money.
you hold the king's car.
Yeah,
hold the
you're
king's right,
allowed
yeah,
to be a
yeah,
pirate.
Yeah.
You're a legal pirate.
You're a legal
That's
pirate.
all that is.
Yeah,
As long as you're
that's all
taking
it
the
is.
whatever.
There's
country-
no difference between the two. They're
taking-
you're 100% on your own.
Well, if you had
French,
if you had the king's writ, the
yeah.
only thing you weren't allowed to do was take English ships.
Right. If you
Anybody
were
else,
an English
though.
privateer, yeah.
That was
It's like a rogue trader.
Yeah.
100%.
That's it. But yeah, so we made this one and then we aged it in barrels, and it's really fun because when you're doing barrel aging, each barrel will give you different flavors. and your job as a brewer is to taste each barrel individually and then blend them together and figure out what you're going to do with them.
Which
and
is exactly how bourbon distilleries work.
Yeah,
And whiskey
same thing.
distilleries.
You
all
make
that
a,
kind
you
of
make
stuff,
a,
so-
a blended
And then,
whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah, and same thing with if you ever go into sour breweries, we'll use barrels a lot.
Yeah.
You know, we know how much Big
For
Jim
the
likes
isolation.
sours,
Yeah.
and
Which means I don't like.
yeah,
sour,
no, you
so.
don't. And
Case
they
you
did
missed
the
that
same thing.
episode.
You know, you have to taste each barrel. And I was fortunate enough to work at a brewery called Hermitage, where it had a huge barreling program. And I was like, I would go out there and we would try like, all right, we're trying 20 barrels today.
Yeah.
Like we roll them out, and we had a wine thief, and we're just like, nope, that one's good. And you mark them, and you say like, this one's going to X. You know,
So that's
barrel
how,
one's going with barrel 4, going with barrel
That's
6.
awesome. That's exactly how bourbon distilleries work.
Mhm.
So they'll
It's a lot of fun.
they'll take an aging bracket, and because of where it is in the warehouse, high, low, close to the wall, not close
And
to
you
the
gotta
wall, all that
rotate
kind of
'em
stuff,
out. Yep.
and they rotate. But when they have a batch that needs to be released because it's hit the age marker, they'll take all those barrels, and their master will go in and taste them all and go, okay, we're going to take all of this and we're going to match it with all of that, and that's all going to get mixed, and that's what's
Yep.
going to get bottled to give us our signature flavor. So then when you look at bourbons and stuff that will say like single barrel,
Yeah.
that means that it
Literally was
was
just one barrel.
that they didn't cross it with anything. It was just that one barrel. Same thing with hand selections. Hand selections will be that's one barrel, but
Mhm.
hand selections are usually like an exclusive. So
done by the master distiller.
Yeah, to figure it out. Yeah.
or it will be hand selection or barrel selection for like a bar or a liquor store,
Store,
where
right,
they'll
yeah.
go and they'll taste it and be
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
we really like the taste of this barrel. So then you buy the whole thing
Yeah.
and
One
then
of our
they
local
bottle it
guys
and
does
label
that,
it, and what
yeah.
you got was all that one batch.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
And they'll put it on the label of your whatever
Yeah.
is, so it's
And they'll give you the barrel number
give you
and
the barrel
everything.
number and
So
stuff,
it's
yeah.
it's kind of cool. And a lot of times
I've always
with some of those, so like in bourbon, you cannot reuse barrels.
right.
It
right.
has to be a new char white oak barrel,
which is why they all go to Scotland or they go to France
Or they
this
go to
stuff,
breweries.
and that's why you can't get them.
or they go to
Yeah.
breweries and stuff like that.
Breweries
But a
will
lot
go
of
a lot.
times the barrel selection or hand selection on those, when you buy it, they'll give you the option of like, hey, you bought the whole fucking thing.
You want the barrel?
Do you want the barrel?
Yeah.
Now a lot of places turn them down because they're like,
What am I gonna do?
what am I going to do with
Mm,
this thing
barrel, yeah.
afterwards? So, but yeah,
Yeah.
the barrels are so dope too. Like you just look at them and you realize like,
It's a craft. It's
well,
just
and it's
cool.
but you look at them and you go like, yeah, it's a barrel, and it's like, do you have any idea how hard it is to do that? It like
No, it's
that is-
crazy. Yeah.
Like the math that goes into this, it's
Yeah.
just
So
crazy.
we've got like 3.
you got 3.
We got 3 barrels. So we want, but now if I can
Like
get,
I have a barrel right now. You
ton
can
of them.
take.
I can
Bro.
actually do
Yeah.
I know where you are.
tabletops and stuff and get a good piece of wood for the top and stuff like that without having to be like, okay, I need to do this. Because we can't get any more. It's just a pain in the ass because they all go elsewhere or they
Yeah.
go to the breweries and stuff.
Well, they get snatched up for so much stuff because
yeah.
they look great,
Yeah.
and
The best place to get them is from those second source places where
Yeah.
they're like,
I did
I've
my
used
thing
them.
with them, and
yeah, now they're done. No, nobody wants them
yeah,
because once a brewery does it, they're
dead.
toast.
Yeah,
They're
nobody's going like,
toast.
you know what I really want to do? I want to age this in a beer barrel. It's like,
Nobody
yeah,
gives a
no, I
shit.
don't.
Yeah, no, nobody wants that.
that was
It's-
what was a rum barrel. That might have been something.
Because the
else
first
before.
time I ever saw the patio furniture that was done, where they cut it and they
Yeah.
put that false bottom in and they put
Mm.
the cushion on,
yeah.
and you use it's got the back and stuff like that. I was like, oh, fuck, I want that.
Yeah.
I want that so
You got to
bad.
get all wheelies on it, like the little wheels, so you can like do a spin around. Like, hello, Mr. Bond. Look
That'd
at
be
my
so
barrel
great.
chair.
Don't be shocked if you watch this on video and all of a sudden the set looks completely different. We're all sitting here.
Yeah, now that we know we can get barrels, apparently there's a barrel guy. Everybody
what
should
we
have a
do
barrel
now.
guy. I got a barrel. You got a barrel guy. That's what you need.
Yeah, I got a guy. Don't worry about it.
I know a lot of guys for a lot of things.
Thanks.
Didn't know I had a barrel
Barrel
guy.
guy.
Yeah,
So the producer said we're not
This
allowed
is
to talk
producing
about
the
barrels
barrels.
anymore.
barrels.
Anyway, beer.
really good beer.
Yep.
It's on draft right now. It's Second Pitch Beer Company. We have several more kegs of it, and we're probably going to hide those away and kind of release them once every year, so we can,
Good thing I know
enjoy
a guy.
this. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
He does barrels.
You know what?
But
We
about barrels, right? Let's
No more
continue
barrels.
to talk about barrels.
and I know we said we might talk about the crisis. You know what? You can wait.
Yeah, we're not talking about the crisis.
We're not going to talk about the
Because
crisis.
there's another
We
crisis.
don't know what the crisis is yet.
The crisis is a crisis right now.
Yeah.
Is all we're going to say.
I'm using every bit of my skills, to make my boy.
Make my boy look good.
Look what they did to my
Look
boy.
what they did to my boy.
Yeah, thank you. Godfather reference
Yep.
right there.
Pretty good.
So speaking of a crisis,
Yeah.
last week we discussed the Adepticon preview.
Yeah.
And there was a lot that happened. And obviously the two biggest things that now everybody is talking about is the Lion is awake.
Yep.
And 10th edition is coming.
Old Man Lion's awake.
Old Man Lion's awake. Who, yeah, he's here to lead the Lannisters.
A lot of questions about like, do Primarchs age?
Oh, of course
like,
they do.
is he?
Of course
he
they do.
certainly fucking did.
Yeah,
Well, because
he's got the receding hairline.
But
and
he
everything.
wasn't stasis locked like
Right.
Gilliman was. He was just napping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which is
Whatever.
okay.
And they better fucking explain it. Which I guess
well,
they will in the book.
They will in the book.
So we're waiting for the book, which is good.
Which is getting released. Like when it's released on all formats too.
Cool.
So that's gonna be nice.
Yeah. So anyways. So last week we discussed it, and you and I had a big discussion a lot about what the gameplay is going to do, how good the
Right,
model looked,
right.
and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. What's cool is Big Jim is back this week, and not that he doesn't have some table time, but he is definitely in the Warhammer universe because he likes the story.
Yeah.
It's the lore that does
Yeah,
it.
last week we talked about the visuals and what it's like for
How the
playing
model looked, what it's going
game.
to do to gameplay, what 10th edition is looking like.
Yeah,
like
all that kind of stuff
this
that
kind of
gets
stuff.
us a little excited.
The stuff that would have made you bored because you don't play.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
This week, however, we're going to stay on the topic of the line because in the Warhammer universe, this is a big, huge,
Massive
pivotal
deal,
moment. When you have something like, so there's a lot of lore stuff going on that I'm happy you're back for. So first question, did you read the cliff notes on the reveal? Did you watch the reveal?
I didn't watch the reveal. I saw like, he's back, but to me, I want to know all the backstory, like how, because we got fucked on Gilliman.
And now we won't.
did.
We are going to know because it's going to be in the Arcs of Omen book.
Yep.
So as of the recording of this show, the Saturday following this show is the release of the Farsight book. So that's the story of what's going on with the Tau and their commander and
So
all
really
that
no
kind
one
of
gives
stuff.
a shit about book.
Nobody cares. Other than the
cares.
fact that the plastic that's coming along with it is very, very pretty.
Mhm.
The new Farsight model is very
And
dope.
there's new rules for
And there's
boarding
new rules for
actions.
boarding actions to play up to 4 players, so stay tuned because I think we're finally going to drag that man to the table and get it on camera.
Yeah, I
So
finally
Yeah.
been broken down enough.
We've beaten
I'll
them.
play.
We've beaten them
But-
with our sticks.
the Lion is back. There's 2 big lore
He
pieces.
said sticks. It was sticks with an S, not with a
Sticks.
D.
What? I beat him with a stick. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I don't have any D's big enough to beat him, so it's
Beat him with
going
our
to have
dicks.
to be a stick.
The producer was laughing, and I know.
Yeah, I know.
fucking
She's
kidding.
chuckling over there like a
It's
schoolgirl.
funny because it's true. Anyways, but the Lion is
Stick
coming
jokes.
back. So, but we have no details on why he's back.
Yeah.
So we have decided that this week would be a
We're
great
gonna make up
idea
our own lore.
to just throw the conspiracy
Theories.
theories
We're
out.
all getting our
of-
tinfoil
of
hats
why
on.
he's back.
Yeah.
So, you're pretty up on 40K lore. I am far better at 30K lore than I am 40K lore. So why don't you give a primer on
Jesus.
the Dark Angels and
So the last
the Lion in 40K, not the
Gav
Heresy
Thorpe's
Angels.
last book, they capture.
We're name dropping authors. Let's do this.
They captured Cypher.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, so they capture him.
Was that book out yet? The Cipher book? No.
They captured him. So he's written. It was it's his trilogy, his Dark
Okay.
Angels trilogy, and they finally captured him. And now I can't remember it because fucking goddamn Jazz puts me on the spot.
Yeah. Put you on the spot. Then
Yeah,
just takes a piss.
but they captured him, and then he they semi got away. Like I remember a conversation at some point. See, this is the wave top thing that we're talking about. But they're like, "Oh yeah, he's there," and then they're like, "Oh, we fucking let him go." Like
Yeah,
you
we
let him go?
He's
Why'd you
gone.
mean you let him go? Like we've been looking for this guy for the last 10,000 fucking years. Like whatever. So and I guess it's whatever version of Cypher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because there's different versions of Cipher.
yeah, like the Cypher that it's a position, not a guy, but he's almost become a guy. So the Cypher that fights and the last book of the
In the end and the death.
the end
part
of the
one.
death is probably the first Cypher or whatever, the guy that sort of inspires them to keep fighting near the astronomic.
Yeah, but at that point, Cypher's still
But
part of the Dark
He's still part of the Dark Angels. He's part of the 10,000. So
Yeah.
he's already sort of
Yeah, he's a guy. He's
yeah.
one of their dudes.
he's one of the dudes. He's still in the fold. But they capture Cypher because, like you said, Cypher kind of shows up and does good Dark Angel shit, and sometimes he does bad Dark Angel shit. And
That's what he does.
but they capture him, and then he says a bunch of shit, and he's been kind of prodding them along
Mhm.
to get to a place. And now I think that's where you guys are kind of want to talk conspiracy theories, like as to why.
Well, why is the lion being woken up? Why is he coming back? Right? So
Because the universe is a shit show.
Could you imagine being woken up into what's currently going on in the 40K universe?
And I think fucking Gilliman's kind of over his head.
Yeah, the master tactician is just going like, this is too much. I didn't plan for this. It's not in the book. It's not. I wrote the rule book. It's not in the rule book.
Yeah.
I can't do this. So I think everybody, the internet is rife with conspiracy theories about this.
As to why he's,
Now, my wife and I share a conspiracy theory on who actually goes in and wakes up the lion.
Well, I think it's been pretty much stated that Cypher is the one that's going to do it. I think they pretty
Who
much
stated that?
Yeah, it's not really stated, but it's kind of like this is what Cypher does. This is what Cypher does. He has his sword. He has the lion's sword on him. He has all this stuff. Like, it's going to be Cypher that's going to wake him up, and then kind of unite the Dark Angels together.
You think it's going to bring the Legion back together?
I think that's what it's doing, and they've talked about that a little bit in some of the Arcs of Omen books, where it's that the lion is supposed to be this like more rallying point for the Legion, all the other Unforgiven, Dark Angels, whatever they have, the other.
Okay, now remember,
successors.
a lot of our listeners don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Right. So they're the Legion of the Dark Angels, of course, was split. If you listen to our Successors Suck chapter, Successful the Successors Sucking thing where, yeah, thank you.
You almost got it. That was
Did
awesome.
I get it?
Yeah, you were damn close.
Really? What was it called?
Successful successors know how to embrace the suck.
Yeah,
I think was the title of it.
Anyway, listen to that, because all these legions, these ginormous legions, were split into chapters, and the Dark Angels, all the different chapters that they were split into, have still remained very close together.
And some of them went dark.
Some of them went dark.
Chaos.
Yeah. And the idea, I think, that what Lion's going to do is he's going to rally all of those together. He's going to rally the Dark Angels together, and then some of the fallen that haven't really fallen to chaos yet, but are kind of renegade, are going to be coming back.
You could be pissed
fold.
with the Emperor and still not be a fucking
and not be
a chaos worshiper.
Yeah, not chaos. Yeah. And then you're going to bring some back of those like war bands, for less of a better word,
and that's kind of what they
all
are
together back again, being like, all right, we need to. Shit's about to go down. We all need to put aside our grudges. Let's get the
people
done.
like Gilliman are going to have a kind of a problem with.
You think so?
Well. From as much as they know what's happened to the Dark Angels, because the Dark Angels have done a pretty good job of like keep putting a kibosh on knowledge about how bad things are.
Yeah.
But I think it just really depends on because the Lion is kind of a dour dude. He's not the most inspiring guy. He's not sanguineous. You're not like, this guy's the greatest thing ever. He's kind of a fucking pain in the ass. And I know he's not your favorite guy.
Well, the problem I have with him is he got elevated to all of these crazy positions and brought up in all of this kind of strictly because he was a Primarch. He doesn't have any assets that actually make him a good leader. He doesn't have any assets that actually make him a good strategist, a good he's not inspiring. He's
certainly not inspiring.
He's not, and he really doesn't hold loyalty to anybody other than himself. He is so self-driven. He's amazing in combat, but he's not amazing in large-scale combat. He's only amazing as a duelist.
Yeah, and they've really leaned into that with this new model and his new rule sets.
Definitely looks like a duelist.
He's like, no, I fight this guy.
Yeah. He's a one-on-one fighter. Now, what's going to be interesting about this is if Cypher, which is my current favorite theory about this, if Cypher gets his way. So the Lion has been sleeping on a big ship called the Rock because Caliban gets destroyed. So essentially,
which is their home planet.
It's their home planet.
It's the Dark Angel's home planet.
So it gets destroyed. So they move everything onto this huge ship called the Rock. And it is the home of the Dark Angels. And that's where he's been sleeping for the last 10,000 years. I'm assuming on a flat concrete slab.
It makes sense. That reads. Yeah. A really, really nice bed. It's either or.
Like a purpley plush.
But if it's a really nice bed, it's just got a really ornate frame.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's still just a concrete slab inside the frame.
See, I'm seeing more of like a Snow White type of thing with like a
frilly,
glass.
lacy.
Oh, he's got like a bubble.
Yeah, he's got the glass bubble
Yeah.
and like a bunch of watchers. Like there's 7 of them. You know?
They massage him.
Yeah,
kinda
there's,
fucking
there's a
weird.
grumpy one. There's a happy one.
They just moisturize him every once in a while.
There's a grumpy
Apparently they
watcher
don't
and a
fucking
happy
shave him.
watcher and a dock watcher.
Apparently they don't shave him.
Yeah.
But so there's some stuff. So Cypher waking him up makes a lot of sense. So Cypher essentially stole the lion's sword. I use the stole with air quotes.
Yeah.
Stole it.
Yeah.
It's not really his. It's a Calibanite order sword that he carried.
Okay. Yeah.
So Cypher is supposed to be the keeper of tradition and secrets for the Order of Knights that
That
the
was from
lion
Caliban.
belongs
Yeah,
to,
Yeah.
which was the last order standing after the fall of Caliban.
Mm-hmm.
So in my opinion, he didn't really steal it. It's the keeper of the Dark Angels' history and secrets and traditions. The lion wasn't holding to those. He went and took the weapon back.
It's mine.
Hey, I'm just saying, the
Yeah.
lion fucked around. He found out. That's what happens when you're selfish.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
So is he going to
So
come
much
blazing
hate
out and
coming
being less dour and because there's not a lot to be happy about in fucking 40K universe, especially at this present time.
No,
No,
the universe
everything's
is
going bad.
fucked. It is a grimdark universe, and as the universe stands right now,
And
it's
a
even
lot
grimmer and darker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
If you
really
thought it could be
bad.
bad, it's gotten better.
So he's got his sword. Now, there's the argument to be made that he's attached to this sword. So the only way to bring him back would be to complete the lion.
Mm.
So if he can walk back with a sword and get the sword close enough, and the lion goes like, I smell my sword.
Like a dog in a beef jerky.
Yeah, when you place out like a Scooby snack in front of a sleeping dog, and they're like,
yeah.
"What's that?"
What's that? And then
That's kind of my theory. Is
I
that
like it.
because if anybody could get into his sleeping chamber on the rock,
Yeah.
it's Cypher. Like Cypher's going to be able to do that. The other reason that I like this theory is that in the lore of the Dark Angels, Cypher appears at every major Dark Angels turning point
Right.
that's going to be historical.
Yeah.
So he doesn't take to the battlefield a lot. When he does, it's because that's a major piece. It's a turning point in the history. Or he shows up to major events or major, it's always
It's something big is about to happen. You see
something
Cypher,
big that is going to be
Yeah.
when they make those cool timelines with the little markers of this date, and that's the big
history class.
yeah.
We've been there.
Cypher would be at every single one of the dots.
Right.
The in between.
I
he doesn't care about as much.
I just had a really funny a visual of Cypher being behind Abraham Lincoln at his inauguration.
Yeah.
And then Cypher is in the back of the boat with George Washington going across the Delaware.
100%.
It's just
It's a moon
wait a minute, that
landing.
guy's over.
Hey, weirdo, you got a fucking row now, man. I'm
Cypher's
just
just
fucking
sitting there,
watching.
just throwing up a thumbs up. Just
He's the second guy coming down the
Yeah.
ladder. Yeah, Cypher's everywhere, man.
Cypher's there for it, and the cool thing is that Cypher isn't a name; it's a position.
It's a position, yeah.
Yeah.
So the Cypher that's running around right now could be the original Cypher, the one that took it after the death of Cypher when they were still on Caliban,
Right.
and they brought that really young dude in.
Yep.
That was the youngest person to ever hold the title, and da-da-da. Could be that dude.
Right.
Because he went into the war.
Yep.
And he was raised as a space marine the whole night. So it could be him. It could also be that these ciphers are continuing to train the next cipher. And passing it on.
Right.
Because he always wears that silver mask.
Yeah.
You don't know who's behind it. There's all this kind of stuff. So cipher is a position. It's not a person.
Mm.
It's a
It's
a
the
station.
same person.
Yeah. It's a symbol. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really hoping that this is going to turn into the Lion's back, but who cares? Because it's really Cypher out there steering it at, and I'm going to say it, I'm going to look at you with both my eyes. See how many eyes I'm using right now?
I see it.
It's a very Alpha Legion-esque move to start steering this kind of.
Wow.
Well, I'm sure. No, I wouldn't say that they're behind it, but it's.
I'm like the Dark Angels have a little bit of sneak in them.
They got a little bit of sneaky sneak in
they've been as Alpha-esque of any of the loyal legions.
And Cypher's been popping in and out of the warp.
Yeah.
And steering things and then disappearing again and showing up and causing a little bit of havoc or causing a little bit of help and
Yeah.
da-da-da-da. What's the Alpha Legion been doing this whole time? popping in and out of the warp and causing a little bit of havoc and causing a little bit of help and doing all this kind of stuff. So if you were looking at the long-term strategy of helping Big Daddy E, because as I've said before, I think the only loyal Legion is the Alpha Legion, because they are loyal to the original vision of the Emperor. Not the Emperor, not the Imperium,
The vision.
not
of
whatever.
it, yeah.
The original vision
Mm-hmm.
of man's conquest of the galaxy, that the human race should be in charge of the entire galaxy. The Alpha Legion are the only ones loyal to that.
Interesting.
Cypher's
Says
been
the
behaving in
Legion
very much the
that-
same way.
Fucking
Yeah.
paired up with a bunch of fucking pointy-eared fucking space elves.
Oh, you mean like the same ones that brought Gilliman back?
Those ones, yes.
Those guys.
Yeah.
Look,
Indubitably.
Gilliman has his own fucking issues. I'm not.
And by the way,
There's literally only one Primarch at this point I give a shit about who could possibly come back, and that ain't him.
so by the way, they didn't pair up. The Alpha Legion deals in information. They were given the opportunity to gather.
Some of them have fallen to chaos, though.
Not fully.
There are warbands running around that have fallen. Now, I mean, probably large swaths of them are still doing Alpha Legion stuff, but there's other ones that are like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
There are some that are not following the vision anymore.
they're just
That are just
doing
chaos.
their
Yeah,
thing.
but
Yeah.
every legion lost people to full chaos.
Yeah.
All of them. The Fists, the Blood Angels,
not the Grey Knights, though.
the Grey Knights didn't exist during the heresy.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're still having fun.
No, they only spent 1,000 years in the warp in order to even.
They did
be
their
named.
fucking job.
Yeah.
and they
They did their fucking job, didn't they?
they partner up with demons.
They did their goddamn job.
They partner with demons.
They still did their job.
That's the sound I wanted to hear right there.
Just
The Alpha
right
Legion
by the
is
mic there.
probably doing their job, but some of them have swayed,
Sure.
so it's hard to
Okay.
get behind.
some of them are doing their
Yeah.
job better than others.
Yeah,
You know, I'll fix this. Hold on. Does the U.S. Marine Corps have honor?
mm-hmm.
Have some of them trafficked people and drugs across the border?
Absolutely.
So, what's your point?
Because we're talking about a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the allegory still stands. You can have a couple people that fall, and the original mission of the Legion still
Yeah,
holds.
but they're still doing it sort of in the. I understand what you're saying,
I get it,
and
but
I think that the vast majority of the Alpha Legion are probably running some kind of playbook. That's
long game.
What the
I wouldn't say it's the vast majority. I would say we're about 50-50 at this point.
No.
Yeah.
based on some of the novels. Because
Yeah.
most of the time they run into them and they're doing some fucking hinky shit.
They need to do
Yeah.
hinky shit.
But then
Hinky
there's also
chaos shit.
Yeah,
not
like
not like
chaos
hinky like,
worshiping.
hey, we're trying to steer shit back shit.
You use the weapons available to you.
You're also a fucking Nurgle fan, so it's fucking
facts. I also straight up love the Death Guard, and every single one of
Okay,
those motherfuckers
so
was
there you
like,
go.
just
yes,
we are in.
100%. I don't even want to look like I did. Like,
Can I get a tentacle out of my forehead?
yeah. How many boils can I get? Like, I
fuck.
just, could you put a mouth on my stomach? Like that's
Yeah. I like to eat fast.
yeah. That's what I'm looking for.
At least fucking Angeron's guys are just like
Yeah, just all messed up.
like fucking just monstrous fucking. I mean, granted they're kind of fucked up too. It's like there's not like a pure
Chaos.
Abaddon, but he's still fucking whack job too. So I can't.
Like the Black Legion would be the closest.
Yeah, because they
Are
tried.
you high?
No, they've got
The
their
Black
own
Legion
mutated-
possessed? You're going to tell me that they
Okay,
just
no,
they
they're
look
not. No.
fine?
No,
yeah.
they're not.
And the rest of them that somehow went dark and all their shit just grew extra spikes and mouths on it?
Yeah,
Nah, I
that's-
guess
that's
you got a
tough, yeah.
point.
See,
Okay,
nobody
I got
can
it.
really
Yeah.
say, yeah.
Yeah, all of them are fucked.
Or that Abaddon's carrying around a sword that literally has a greater demon trapped in it?
Well, that's
No,
that's
it's
fine.
not trapped in it.
It's
It is the sword.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is the sword.
but
it's not
no,
trapped. It's
He's
the
totally like
it's,
he
it's,
was.
It's that demon has chosen to look like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if that's
What are you signing at me? The
yeah,
claw.
his
Oh.
claw. Yeah, like,
I was like, what are we
yeah,
doing?
he totally looks like he did beforehand.
Yeah.
No.
No, he's fine.
The fuck are you
He has,
talking
he has
about?
the top knot.
Yeah.
He's good to go.
Oh, yeah?
G2G.
Okay.
No, but yeah, all the chaos, they're all fucked up. They're all.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
None of them are doing good.
Alpha Legion straddling the line.
Like I could get behind
They're
a whole bunch of
straddling
dudes that
the
are
line.
murdering
50,
fuckers.
they're-
Mm,
They got
They
one
have
fucking
one,
weird
one
tentacle
foot in
shit.
the other.
Yeah.
I'm like, they might have a toe on one side more than the other.
They're good to go. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. They got you.
No, I don't.
They
think
got
do.
you. Don't worry about the ways, man. It's all about the means. Like that's a
Says every evil person in any movie ever made.
Oh yeah, because the Imperium of Man and the 40K universe are definitely the good guys in this story.
There are no
they're
good guys.
No, there's
they're
no
not.
good guys. So anyway,
If there is a good guy, it's Tao. Like,
So-
let's be honest.
no, those are
Oh,
communists.
Jesus Christ.
well,
Those are space commies.
I'm a communist. We've already talked about
That's
this.
fair.
Remember?
You are
Yeah,
a communist.
I'm a communist.
Dirty
Dirty
communist.
Californian communist.
Communist coming in. Don't blue my Texas.
I think I said that to him the first
Slinging,
time I met him.
slinging your
I don't
beer.
think it was the first time I met you. I think it was the first time I found out you were from California, and I was like, "Don't you dare fuck up my state!"
And I was like, it's already been done.
we're out here.
We're here. It was talked about in the last meeting. It was on Zoom.
All of us Californians had a Zoom meeting.
We had a Zoom meeting.
We're like, how's
and it was-
Texas going?
How's the Texas thing? I was like, good, it's good.
It's good.
It is very good.
Good,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
good. Yes, thank you.
Oh my god. Okay, so there's jeez. There's the cipher theory.
Yeah.
That cipher is here to wake up.
I think
the lion.
I think that is. I think
That's
is-
probably what it
that's
is.
going to be true.
and
I
if
think
it's
it is.
not, what else could it be?
Well, but I don't think it's like something like I think the sword is actually like a key. Like, he's gonna have to like slide the sword in betetween two rocks, and then
And
it's
then,
all of a sudden like
like,
a door
fucking-
opens
So you got to
up
take the sword to the stone.
to
Yeah,
the stone
yeah.
and throw it in.
Yeah.
And then like I really want it to be a position where the lion is sleeping, and he's like, how do I wake him up? And he just like literally like plugs his nose like you do with your friend.
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, you're awake. Good. All right, I'm gonna go.
And the other dark angels are behind him. Like, really? That's it?
That's
Like,
how you did it.
it's like,
That's how
yeah.
you did it. That was it.
He just holds up the sword and looks at him and is like, I got your shit. he just
I'm
disappears.
gonna leave this here. It was a crazy night.
No, because he doesn't
Bye.
get the sword back. Like,
Yeah.
we know that for a fact because the rules have now been released. He doesn't have his sword.
Yeah,
He does have the Emperor's shield, but he doesn't get his sword back. Cypher still got that shit.
yeah. He's still running around with it. He
So-
does. He really likes
that
it.
better be in a book, though. That's my problem. There wasn't
Well,
one.
they are going to be releasing
Yeah.
the book.
The book's coming. Relax.
The book is coming.
Well, they
same-
fucked
You're
us
the
on
one not
Gilliman.
reading the Arcs of Omen
and that is
shit.
100% true. They fucked us on Gilliman. They didn't.
Oh,
They didn't have any.
the
kind
Gilliman
of,
release, they were like, hey, by the way, an alien brought you this. And it was like, what the fuck?
Fuck,
Or
like,
can we get a little bit more?
backstory? And they're like,
Nah.
no, you're not getting any backstory. We're going to give you a story 100 years from now.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I still want to learn about like Gilliman, like just
No,
like,
don't worry about it.
stretching, like
Don't worry
learning
about it. No,
Yeah.
he's fine.
Yeah,
He's fine.
it was
So-
much bullshit.
And based on the cinematic we got, Gilliman is,
He's tired.
he needs a hug.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
like
needs
that
a-
man is not looking
He's
great.
not looking great. He
No.
has a lot of problems resting on his shoulders.
And that's the thing, right? So like the other concept here that I'll throw out there is Gilliman is gather the information, make the perfect strategy, access whatever weapons you can, push assets where they need to be. Is it that shocking to really think that Gilliman knows that the lion's just been chilling in the bottom of the rock?
No, it's not shocking at all.
So-
I guarantee he probably, if he didn't know, he had a strong suspicion.
Right. So at this point, and everything's going to shit, if you
I
know
need
you
help.
have this ability to leverage this super powerful legion and bring this other Primarch back, so you're not just shouldering this whole thing alone,
Yeah.
it's not really that far fetched to go like, so Gilliman just goes in and goes like, hey, you want to wake the fuck up?
Yeah.
They're like,
just, hey, just a tap
the
on
whole
forehead.
goddamn galaxy's on fire.
Well, in that case, you could go on a fucking half-ass spirit quest and be like, "Hey, Vulcan, where the fuck are you? Hey, fucking Russ, where the fuck are you?"
Spirit
But that may be
quest.
what we get, right?
Yeah.
Like it may be
Maybe.
like a whole
Yeah.
like, hey, dude, I'm gonna ring this little
I'm gonna
bowl.
fucking
It-
literally
it-
fucking
it's gonna
suck
be-
start a shotgun unless I get some help.
Yeah.
It's going to be a like the Blues Brothers, the first 20 minutes of Blues
We're getting the
Brothers.
band
He's
back
getting
together.
band
Get
back
back together. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna run around. You're gonna see Gilliman in a driving a beat up cop car around Chicago, getting all of his friends.
Just showing up to Vulcan's restaurant, just going like, how much for the women?
That's what I mean.
Vulcan's in the back, fucking throws his apron down. Like, fuck.
God damn it, I gotta go.
And Aretha Franklin comes bopping out, and there's a big fucking musical number.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of weird, but
There's a
anyway.
man outside that wants
A whole
a whole fried chicken and 18 pieces of toast.
dry toast. It's funny, but yeah.
So-
So that's I definitely think is
I mean, so it's not outside the realm to just go like Gilliman just shows up and just like kicks the door and is like, you're done. All right.
I've been polite. I've asked nicely.
I've been out
and
this
we're
for a minute.
done fucking around now.
Yeah, you're done. Get up.
Get up.
It like
Get up. Dad wants to see you. I am tired of doing this shit. And
I was
covering for your
almost
ass.
dead. Got brought back by an alien. Tried to fight Warner Brothers. Died.
Mhm.
Dad had to bring me back.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
It's your turn.
He's mad.
Get up.
He's upset.
Like, we got bugs everywhere. Like, like, this is ridiculous. You're over here.
I'll even
like,
accept your creepy little fucking weird friends. Like, let's get on with this shit.
Whatever. Bring your little freaking psychic midgets. That's fine too. Like, I don't care.
Fucking weird.
Malcolm in the middle. Just
Yeah.
all three of them.
Just get out of here. Like, it's like, well, but I don't care. All right.
I don't care. We're going.
Even Dad's working, and he's dead. Right. So I need you
He's
to.
almost dead. He's literally a corpse.
Really, you really
You're
wanna-
just calling him the corpse king.
I swear to God, I'll bring Russ back. Don't make me fucking bring that son of a bitch back.
I'll go find him. I know how much you like him.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Let me grab my fucking shit.
I'm up. Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
Don't make me come back there.
Don't make me go- Yeah, I think either one would be funny. Either the cipher and the nose pinch, or Gilliman just kicking open the door and be like, "I'm done. All right, I'm done.
out."
He's like an angry parent being like,
I'm gonna
need
take a
20
fucking
minutes and
break."
fucking nap. Don't no one talk to me for 20 minutes.
Look, I'm going out back. I'm gonna smoke the cigarette. I'm gonna have a beer.
And
The shit better be squared away when I come back in.
Oh, when I come back in here,
Reunite
you
your
better
fucking
be
legion.
dressed. You better have your sword, and you better be in the back of the car.
Yeah, that's all I care about.
Mhm.
So
And that's how we would write the lore.
that's,
I'd be like, can we bring our friend? Who do you want to bring?
see, I have these little guys, and they tell me the
Can
future.
Vulcan come? Yeah, you bring your fucking weird
Bring your
fucking
fucking friends.
green fucking
They-
goddamn perpetual fucking.
Bring your little tree spirits.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's fine, just go.
All right,
Yeah.
but everywhere I go, I'm gonna plant plants.
Yeah, they're so leaning into the Green Knight kind of.
Yeah, it's
mythos.
definitely
Sean
strong.
Connery Green Knight, though, right?
Hmm?
Sean Connery, not.
Yeah,
not
it's
Dev
the whole like
Patel.
everywhere he walks,
Yeah.
like trees
Yeah,
just
yeah.
sprout. and
Yeah, all
he's
that
just
kind of
bringing
stuff.
nature.
Yeah.
Like, where did this come? I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
I-
you didn't get gene seeded for that. Like,
Yeah,
doesn't-
it was really
that doesn't
weird.
sound like
I was
part of the
reading that too,
design.
and I was just like, what? Like, no.
You know, the emperor's on his chair right now, going like, "Where did you learn how to do that?" This is-
Yeah, it's better than fucking Nurgle and dropping fucking everything dying when fucking your boy Matarian walks around. So, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. A god gave him that,
Well,
but
yeah,
like,
it's-
that tracks.
Yeah.
This dude went to take a nap, and now all of a sudden is like an arborist. Go look it
Well,
up.
Well, maybe,
An arborist. He's only in large scale plants.
He's only into trees.
Yeah. Everybody else can go fuck themselves. But no, yeah. So dumb. But yeah, no, I don't understand the lore because they're talking about that, how he has like there's plants everywhere and things. I'm just
He's
like,
an arborist. He grows
yeah,
trees.
he's like,
He steps-
why are we doing? Why are
It's
we going this
literally
direction?
called forest walk.
Yeah, it's
like,
just
He just boot
it's way
tree.
it's a lot of British that I don't think we're gonna understand.
Yeah,
That's the big part of it.
yeah. It feels like so he's got that huge sword too, and I'm like, so everywhere I walk, you make trees.
Mhm.
Huge sword,
Right.
swing huge sword,
Huh?
tree and way.
Yeah.
Horrible
So
strategy.
is that going to
Yeah.
happen in a fucking, like on the ships?
I think so.
Like they got a whole fucking team of arborists literally following him, or like maybe the little
They're
fucking.
called the Watchers in the Dark.
Maybe they get chainsaws.
chain swords. chain swords.
Now we know why they have chain
Now
swords.
we know why they have chain swords. It was all a big plan.
like,
the lion
fuck.
is coming back. He needs pruning.
God damn it. This fucking guy.
The Emperor's gonna stand up and be like, "Why are you guys fighting with my gardening tools?"
It's a long fucking story.
Hold on.
We have a chain hoe.
Yeah,
Fucking.
that's not a chain axe. That's a chain hoe. All right.
Okay, so wait a minute. Wait a minute. So everywhere he walks, he grows plants and trees.
Yes. Foliage. and
A
such.
dense group of plants and trees is known as
A meadow.
a jungle.
Jungle.
He's been sleeping for 10,000 years.
The lion sleeps in the jungle. Is that
Oh my God!
God damn it, Games Workshop! If you did it this way, I'm giving up the hobby.
We've literally fucking figured it out.
Oh.
Lion sleeps tonight. Oh my fucking God.
Games Workshop, if you're listening right now, if you fucking did that choke on us right now, I'm leaving. I'm out.
I'm done with your
GW,
bullshit.
as a store owner, if I figure out that you dad joked a Lion King theme into your fucking lore, I'm doubling my orders. Like, this was
That's-
brilliant.
wow. Yeah, he might. That might be a thing.
Wow.
God damn it. God damn it.
Uh,
All right, well
I'm so excited about this.
we've chopped down this tree long enough.
Oh God.
There's so much road to hoe.
Oh.
But
I
we're
love
going to
it.
shift gears for the last few minutes.
It's so we may stand corrected on a
Jesus.
very
We thought
large
that was one of
statement that we
the
made.
safest bets I've ever made in pop
So,
culture.
yeah, literally.
At the start of this show, we literally railed on the D&D movie,
Yeah.
which as of the recording of the show came out today.
Yeah. And we
Its ratings are through the roof.
Yeah.
It, like
not only audience ratings,
the Rotten Tomatoes.
the Rotten Tomatoes,
it's
which
like
is
an 89% fresh.
89% fresh with 145 reviews.
Professional.
Professional.
Not schmucks like us talking
No,
about
like
it.
people who get paid for this shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're saying this is a
Usually
good
those
movie.
guys are idiots, though, so I'm not. But I would go with the audience reviews because you know the people going,
Well, that's
especially the first folks.
the audience reviews
Yeah.
is like 94%.
I know.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, this is,
But
Jesus.
it's also, I read some of like the poor reviews, and it was basically just like over pretentious dickheads, like saying like, oh, they should have never made a D&D movie. This is not form of the art form that it is.
Well, if you already don't like that, then you probably didn't like Game of Thrones
yeah,
and
exactly.
everything
yeah,
else.
it's the same
It's-
guy. It's
and
same
you can't
people.
compare that stuff to this.
Yeah,
This is
yeah. It's
supposed to be a little bit, I guess, a little bit more frivolous.
Yeah.
I guess.
but yeah, it's getting through. The
Good. I
roof.
mean, good. That means there'll be more,
yeah.
and maybe you'll get different versions of how this is supposed to go. You may get a TV show that's worth a fucking damn.
Yeah.
So
I'm just because one of the biggest things that if I remember correctly that we talked about that was wrong with the idea of the D&D was that they're trying to make it too fluffy and too funny and stuff like
yeah.
that. And it does seem like this movie has a lot of funny parts to
Yeah.
it still.
yeah,
But
that's my
it's-
big concern though, is that it's gonna there's too much of that. But if you're gonna tell me though that because of this and it does well, you're gonna get a Dragonlance movie or a series of movies that are gonna be much more serious, or you're gonna get a TV show, then I'm all for pumping these out to get to the
I don't
more
think that's
serious
going to
stuff.
be. The problem is, I don't think it's going to be the case. So, and here's the reason I say that.
Before you go into that, Caitlin, can we get some of like the one-liner movie reviews for the D&D movie? I want to hear a couple of these like best like
My
things.
favorite one-liner that I got was this was Chris Pine at his Chris Piniest.
Yeah, which I have no idea what that means.
Well, I mean, I get it because I think he makes a great. I mean, if you're gonna have to fucking reinvent Star Trek, then you're getting he's a good shat. But I like Chris Pine.
I do too.
I like him a lot, actually. I just,
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't
if
understand
I want a British accent on my fucking
But
my
what is-
medieval movies,
what
and
is-
it's kind of rough.
What is
Just,
peak, what is peak Chris Pine?
Yeah, what is peak Chris Pine like?
Oh,
What
I-
is like if you told
Captain
me
Kirk,
like,
I
hey,
guess.
this is peak Nicolas Cage, I know exactly what you're talking
It's The
about.
Rock.
Yeah, it's The Rock, or it's just him just going batshit fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Which
And
I want to
doing
see
that,
that.
like,
Actually, I want to see that.
Renfield?
The overwhelming weight of,
Oh yeah,
or
that's supposed to be
the
good.
outstanding weight of overwhelming talent,
Yeah,
or
the
whatever
one
it is. The
he
one with
plays-
him in
plays
the
Pedro
Mandalorian.
Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
This guy, yeah.
Which,
I
is
wanna
he a
see
good
that.
actor? Is that Pedro Pascal?
Pedro Pascal?
Yeah, is he
Yeah,
a
he's
good
been in a bajillion things.
He's everywhere
He's
right
just
now.
now getting popular, but he's been in like a
Okay.
million.
Dude, he was
Does-
great in
does every-
Narcos for fuck's
Yeah.
sake. I mean, he was
Oh,
he's a
okay.
fucking
He's
good
also-
actor.
everyone's like, oh, he's great in like the Mandalorian. Like, how can you fucking tell?
He was also he was in Game of Thrones.
That's true.
He
didn't last very
But he's
long, but-
outstanding in that. He's great in The Last of Us.
I need to
Holy
start watching
That whole
shit.
show
I need to
is
start
fucking
watching that.
phenomenal.
Last of Us is so good.
It is. That show is so fucking well
I just-
done.
I don't like zombies.
So
It's not- they're
it's
not zombies. They're not
and
really
They're barely
zombies.
in it.
They're scary.
They're not really.
they're
It's
barely in
it's
it.
it's more
Really?
peoply.
It's barely a zombie.
They're barely.
movie.
It's really not.
Okay.
Now there's some other stuff that's gonna make you uncomfortable. You know, like cannibalistic child molesters,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like there's some
Yeah.
there's some things that'll make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Spoilers if you haven't watched the fucking show, but
Yeah.
at this point it's all out. The whole season's out.
But he's done a
So-
number of things, so I think that allowed him to do the Mandalorian and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'll leave the mask on because this is how the thing is because I've done all these other
Yeah.
things." But he does those things. He does. He's enough. I like him, and
Yeah.
so
No, he's good. And
Yeah.
all the smaller stuff he's been in, the
Yeah.
bigger stuff he's been in, he's a good actor. He's really
he's
solid.
got a good range.
He's just now getting really popular. The Mandalorian really kicked it off.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
The Last of Us really made him
Yeah.
something. And then so they've been doing all these interviews with him, and his personality's been coming out, and that's why everything's really gotten popular around
Yeah,
him.
because he's actually kind of sounds like a.
So he's
going
gonna be able to call his shots with different
Yeah.
movies. So we'll see how that.
But that's
his
been good.
character- yeah.
So, but
All right.
also,
All right.
I don't know if you guys saw, but Warhammer made it all the way into South Park.
Yeah.
It has
did it.
hit peak
culture.
saturation.
Peak
Now
pop.
you have been South Park.
Peak popped.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, what do you got for us, Caitlin?
All right, from Johnny Olensky from the New York Post
Hmm.
says Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves has no business being as good as it is.
No
business
business being as good as
Yeah,
it
I'm
is.
like hearing these things. Like it's actually quite good. Is like
Yeah.
one of the reviews that I heard. Yeah.
I want a review like that for my store.
Yeah.
BattlePub Games has no business being as good as it is.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that review
Yeah.
for my beer.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy with that. Is there anything left in that can?
Yes.
Roger Moore from Movie Nation says
Not that Roger Moore.
just one word: jaunty.
Jaunty?
Well, there you go.
What a review.
Yeah. Just
This
jaunty.
movie is jaunty.
I don't even know what does jaunty mean.
Well, it's like if you wore your hat at a jaunty, angle.
Yeah.
There you go. See? It's like
I'm funny and playful.
Yeah.
There you go. That's David Jaunty. Yeah, yeah.
Lisa Johnson Mandel from AtHomeinHollywood.com says a Monty Python meets Game of Thrones mashup that draws you in and keeps you laughing, regardless of the fact that you had to leave no idea who all those D&D super fans in the audience next to you are dressed like.
a Monty Python.
Game
of Thrones mashup.
Yeah.
Huh. Is this something that we're watching?
Yeah, we're going. Fuck it. Let's
Yeah.
go. You want to go as a group?
We can
We'll
do
have to
that.
figure it out.
I mean, but also, can't we get it? Can someone of us pirate and we can just watch it at the safety of our home?
No, we don't do that.
Come on.
We make media. We can't promote stealing media.
Some of us might steal more than others.
See, this is the communist in you showing right here.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is 100%.
No, it's the fucking cheap bastard that I don't want to go to the fucking theater.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the theater. Look, if this was for rent, I would invite everybody over.
Yeah, we would do
and
it
we'd
there.
sit in my living room and watch my giant fucking television, and
Right.
we'd do it there.
Okay.
And we'd
Yeah.
we'd drink whiskey and we'd watch
Fine,
this
we're going
movie,
to
and it'd be
Flick's
awesome.
Fine, we're going to Flick's Brew House then, which is the brewery movie theater.
Okay, I'm down for that. There's also the Evo, where to get a double is $1.
What's a double? The
Okay,
double
so
quick-
when you order a cocktail,
okay, yeah.
And you
They will
put
do things like-
more
Oh,
alcohol in it.
Okay, cocktail double is
Can
different.
I
don't know.
get-
I don't know if he was talking like weird, like fucking like show speak, like oh we got a double. It's like what the
it's
fuck
cool.
are you
I
talking
remember
a
my
double
first,
handy?
I remember my first bar trip.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah,
so
no, it's good.
Dutch rudder.
Double Dutch
double
rudder.
Dutch rudder.
It's not that kind of show. Anyway.
Uh,
Sticks or dicks, whatever you want to say.
or both. We don't judge.
Yeah.
It is. What
No
it
kink
is.
shaming on
We
this
don't
show.
kink shame on this show.
No king shame. Yeah, I'm a Space Wolves fan.
Dress up like a fucking Viking.
Holy
Space.
shit, producer! What are we at?
Yeah.
What time are we at?
53 minutes.
Oh, yeah,
Wow,
that's
yeah.
that's more than good enough. Fuck.
Yeah.
So,
So Evo, we're getting doubles.
Evo
We're gonna hang
doubles.
out.
We watch it. It's gonna be great. They'll probably have a cool collectible popcorn bucket or something.
Yeah.
Nice.
They give you some kind of thing. And it's cool, you know, and it's and the biggest thing about
Oh shit! Here it comes.
fuck, I had you to. No, it's
Here
cool
comes
that
everyone.
we wanted to be right, wrong, really kind of right about this movie. 'Cause
I
I wanted
wanted-
it to suck.
Yeah,
I don't know why I wanted it to suck because this is the genre we're interested in. But saying that Russ 2 is right,
Oh.
so we want to be just like him, don't we?
damn it.
Fuck, I had to get. I had a better way, but
Yeah,
you fucking
I
fucked
saw
me
it.
up.
I
I'm not
saw it
gonna lie,
coming.
It was coming. It was way
coming.
better than that.
I had
No.
I had my first baseball game on my team, and I saw that pitch coming right down the
If
center.
I had a way better one, and then he fucking stole my
I'm not
thunder.
gonna lie. If I'm gonna
sorry.
be wrong, I'm really happy I'm wrong about this.
Yeah, because it's good.
That's
It's
true.
good for.
It's
I
good
guess
for
you want
everybody.
to say the golden age of TV because we are kind of in the golden age of TV
Yeah,
right now. I think
definitely.
this leads to.
If I'm gonna be
better
wrong,
shows.
if I'm gonna be wrong, this is what I want to be wrong about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be wrong about this. So, yeah.
I guess my other big problem with the show or the movie is that I just don't. Hugh Grant.
He's befuddled. He's charmingly befuddled.
He's taken a turn as a bad guy now, but he's been like a British gangster bad guy. I have a hard time seeing him being a
See, I can't see him outside of
Classic.
Notting Hill. That's all I can see.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Just
not
a
a bad guy.
rom-com.
I've never
He's
seen
just kind of like a doughy fucking like.
I can't
like-
see anything other than rom.
Like this is our bad guy. Like I'll rip this guy's arms and legs off and beat him to death with it. I don't know if he's
can't
a
see
magic
anything but
user or something, but I don't
rom-com.
know.
But
what he is.
rom-com
I
Hugh
think
Grant.
that's his thing. Is like he's a bad guy that loses.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy that thinks he's really good at being a bad guy, and then
Do you know what
gets
I've never liked
destroyed.
about Hugh Grant is somehow he can be this.
Well, he's a bitch.
Does he look like a bitch?
He looks like a bitch.
He looks like a bitch.
Yeah.
But he somehow always bags the hot one, and that's what I don't
I
get. That's what's
know.
always bugged me about it.
Well, he's like that British. Like he's got the thing. I don't know what the thing
Yeah,
is.
You think
the
he's like,
accent.
he's like the
It
king's
is.
like fourth cousin, twice removed, and has a shot at the throne.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways,
Yeah,
go out there, roll some dice, find some friends, games, drinks, and hijinks.
Jinx.
That's what we're all about around here.
do it.
I'm gonna fucking cheers you boys.
Cheers. This is a stupid episode.
There it is.
There it is.
Anyways, tune in next week, and maybe we'll watch this movie. We can give you a review. And if you have any
Yeah.
questions, leave in the comments below. I know it's probably going to say like, "What did you think of this episode?" Whatever. Just leave whatever. We'll try to
we'll
get
talk
to
about
it.
something.
Clearly, these idiots don't know what they're talking about.
No. But we've got a lot of requests to get you on the table, so we're gonna
We're
go
gonna do
ahead.
that soon. I really want to do that. I
Yeah,
want to
it's gonna be great.
I want to do the
It's
three-way
gonna be
action.
me, you, and Jim in a three-way. It's gonna be awesome.
Fucking, you said it before he said it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna
Sticks
be
and
great.
dicks.
Sticks and dicks.
Sticks and dicks.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.